Starting a legal nurse consulting business is a game changer if you want to use your nursing skills outside of the healthcare industry. If you feel ready to make the switch from bedside nursing to legal consulting, I'm sure you have a million questions on how to use your clinical expertise to influence legal cases. Making this transition can be tricky without a clear plan, and knowing the key steps to get started can really pave the way to a successful and rewarding career as a legal nurse consultant. So let's break it down together. As a licensed RN or LVN, your clinical experience is your greatest asset. Most successful LNCs have at least 5 years of clinical experience, but you could realistically begin after just a couple of years of providing direct patient care. Your experience not only grows your medical skills, but it also helps you understand the intricacies of the care that you are providing to your patients. So, this is crucial when you're reviewing medical records to consult on legal cases. No matter what your experience is, nurses from all backgrounds can provide immense value in this field. This field is filled with nurses that have worked in the ICU, the ER, med surg, tele, labor and delivery, peds, surgery, and even in outpatient settings. Regardless of your background, your experience includes providing care to patients that have had complex medical situations. Your experience has not only given you a broad perspective on various healthcare conditions and treatments, but it has secretly been preparing you for working as a legal nurse consultant, whether you realize it or not. You need to ask yourself, why do you want to become a legal nurse consultant? Are you no longer happy with your current nursing position? Is it for the challenge of starting in a new field? Do you have a desire to use your nursing skills in a different way? Or perhaps the schedule flexibility just works much better for you and your family. Understanding your why will guide your decisions and keep you motivated when it feels like progress is slow and at times non existent. For me, my why was a combination of multiple things. I was already feeling burnt out working both days and nights as a manager in the hospital. I had no time for myself. I spend my days off recovering instead of being with my family. And I have an autistic child actually at home that requires 24 hours of care. And once I became pregnant with my fourth child, I knew I was done and I needed to make a change for my family. I wanted to be able to be home and enjoy my time with my family. I want to participate in self care activities. I want a consistent night's sleep and be able to travel or vacation without asking permission, right? But most importantly, I wanted to make enough money to turn all of these things into reality. And I didn't want to turn my back on nursing altogether to make this happen. So take some time to think about your own reasons, write them down, keep them in mind as you navigate this transition. Your why will be your compass to help you stay focused, driven, and on the path to reach your goals. There are various models to consider, and the right one for you depends on your goals and your preferences. So begin by asking yourself, do you want to become an employee at an established firm, or do you want to work independently? So let's talk about being an employee at an established firm or organization first. Working at an insurance company will allow you to do claim reviews, case management, and risk assessments. You could work at healthcare facilities and perform internal investigations or compliance reviews, and again, help with risk management. Working at government agencies like the Department of Health and Human Services or the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, the Veterans Health Administration, and there's also state prisons or federal penitentiaries. In corporate legal departments, you can help with health related legal issues, again, compliance, as well as providing litigation support. For risk management companies, you can help mitigate risks related to healthcare and medical practices. And there are educational institutions all over where you could become an educator or an advisor within a college or university nursing program. And let's not forget law firms. At these firms, you can provide medical record review, consultation, legal support, whether it's personal injury or medical malpractice, or a workman's comp case, or any case for that matter that involves medical records. In addition to working as an employee for an established firm, you can also choose to become an independent contractor, be your own boss, make your own rules as to how you want to conduct business. There are three main subcategories within working as an independent legal nurse consultant. Knowing these in advance will help you narrow down the services you want to provide when you begin your business. Just like working as an employee within a law firm, an independent legal nurse consultant will provide record review services, consultation, and legal support for any case involving medical records. But let's go ahead and dive into those three independent LNC subcategories right now. First, we have our independent legal nurse consultant. This legal nurse runs their own business. They decide what cases they want to take from their clients, and they determine how much they're going to charge for the services they offer, and they're going to decide what days and hours will be spent working on their business. They handle the marketing, the networking, revenues, expenses, quality assurance of all the work done, team hiring and training, and firing for that matter. And they perform direct record review services as needed. The success of their business is dependent on their decisions. Next, we have the independent legal nurse subcontractor. This nurse also runs their own business, but in a different way. They decide what cases they want to take from the independent LNC. They will be offered an hourly wage for the time spent working on their cases, and they will decide what days and hours will be spent working on each case. They perform direct record review services and must communicate openly and regularly with the independent LNC to ensure that all the case needs are being met. They are not responsible for the success of the independent LNC's business. The independent legal nurse expert. This legal nurse runs their own business. In addition to record review services, they provide expert testimony in court regarding their medical specialty. They decide what cases they want to take from clients, determine how much they will charge for their expert services, and they will decide what days and hours will be spent working on their business. They will handle the marketing, the networking, revenues, expenses, the quality assurance of their work, and perform direct record review services for the case requiring their testimony. The success of their business is dependent on their decisions. Knowing the type of business you want to have will help you position yourself into this industry while also allowing you to align your business with your personal goals and core beliefs. There are a lot of opinions circulating that debate whether or not legal nurses need to be certified. I'm here to hit you with a fact, and the answer is it depends. Majority of the time, it's nurses that obsess over getting certified, and those who got certified say you should, and those who aren't certified say don't bother. So do you have to be certified to do this work? No, you don't. You can absolutely do this work without certification. Attorneys do not care what certifications you have. They're only interested in knowing how you can help them by using your medical knowledge. And you already have that knowledge before you even thought about transitioning into this field. Now, having said that, there may still be value in getting certified. To know whether getting certified is necessary for you, think back to what kind of business you want to have. If you're going to work for yourself, you can get started without one. But if you plan to work as a subcontractor or an employee, just know that you may be required to get certified. This is no different than any other industry. The employer determines the applicant's requirements when being hired. Now let's talk training, not to be confused with certification. I want to start by sharing that not all nurses get trained before starting their business, but I do believe this is a huge mistake. Imagine if your child's teacher had no training, or your mechanic had no training, or the doctor taking care of your loved one had no training. You wouldn't want them teaching your child, or working on your car, or taking care of your loved one. You can't trust someone to do a good job if they didn't care enough to get trained. So let's talk training. Number one, not all training is equal. Every training program will state that they are the best because if they thought another program was better, they wouldn't have created their own. They also want to make money, and you can't do that unless you promote your training above all the others. So this does make it difficult to make a decision on one training over another, but if you do your due diligence, you should be able to make that choice easier on yourself. Number two, where to get trained. It seems like a new training opportunity is popping up all the time. And I don't mean this as a bad thing. The industry changes, more nurses become interested in working in the industry, so more programs should exist to make sure all nurses have options that meet their needs. You can easily go online and Google legal nurse consulting training, and you will get a lot of options. I'm not going to dive into all the specifics of all the programs out there because it's always changing and it would be impossible for me to hit them all. But here are a few. Make sure you take the time to research different training programs to find the one that aligns best with your goals and your learning style. This step is an important investment in your future success as a legal nurse consultant. In my professional opinion, I recommend choosing a program that not only teaches you how to perform as a legal nurse consultant, but that is also run by a practicing LNC with a successful LNC business. This will tell you that they can teach their methods on how to be successful and can provide additional insight on staying up to date on current industry practices and trends. So, as I said before, do your due diligence before making any decisions. Depending on your personality and existing experience, having a mentor can be invaluable as you transition into legal nurse consulting. A mentor can offer guidance, share their experiences, and provide support as you navigate this new field. Mentorship can help you avoid common pitfalls, learn best practices, and build a professional network. It's an excellent way to accelerate your growth and ensure long-term success in your new career. So, where can you find mentors? Well, they're in all kinds of places. You can find them within professional organizations, online forums, through networking events. They could be included with a training program. I recommend choosing a mentor that currently runs a successful LNC business. I also believe it's important to ask what their business revenue was in the previous year, how many subcontractors they currently work with, what services their LNC business offers, and how they market their LNC business. I have seen a lot of legal nurses out there that couldn't find success working their own businesses, so they decided to make money teaching others the basics. No two mentors are the same, and you don't want to be basic. So, ask those questions to help you feel more confident that you have chosen the right mentor for you. Now, there's a large population of nurses that don't feel they need a mentor because they're a self-starter and they can critically think and problem solve through any obstacle. I actually tend to fall into this category myself, but it is still wise to connect with another practicing LNC because you will never know how to meet the needs of 100% of the attorneys out there. And you're going to want someone in your corner that you can confide in and who's going to support you when you start to doubt yourself and question your decisions. Find a mentor. Okay, so let's recap. Stay focused on your why. Choose which type of LNC business you want to have. Set yourself up for success by investing in training. See if certification is needed to achieve your goals. Seek out a mentor or network with practicing legal nurse consultants and ask questions. Remember, the transition from bedside nursing to legal nurse consulting is a marathon, not a sprint. When you take the time to do it right, remain consistent, and follow these steps, you will see success. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into the world of legal nurse consulting. Check out the LNC store coming in the fall of 2024. See you next time.